Hi, I'm Kevin Hancock of Hancock Realty San Diego. You may have seen me driving around your neighborhood here in San Diego for over 30 years working for UPS. As a dedicated UPSer for those 30 years, I have grown to know the city I love and know the areas quite well. And I am passionate about helping you achieve your home ownership dreams. Hey guys, it's Kevin and Mary, and we are here in our hometown of Mira Mesa at one of our favorite places to hang out. We're inside Mira Mesa Mall at Inchins.
Welcome to an episode of Hancock Hangouts. Shayla, thank you so much for having us today. I just wanted to say how special it is to be here. We consider Mira Mesa as our hometown because we were born and basically raised here. So thank you so much for having us. Tell us a little bit about the restaurant and how it got started.
So first and foremost, I have to thank you guys for introducing our restaurant to so many new folks who probably have not been here or who've been here or passed by us and decided that they'll come by later. So it's a great opportunity for us to showcase our food. So I started in the hospitality business about 10 years ago. I'm a wine sommelier by training, and a part of that is also pairing wine with food. And so having to interact with the guests, and that's the best part of being in the hospitality industry, apart from the great food and wine, which is what got me thinking into opening a restaurant 10 years after being in the business and after knowing a little bit more than I knew 10 years ago.
Speaking of food and wine, so one of the things that caught our attention not only is the decor when we first walked in, which is awesome to begin with, but the food that we tasted that you guys create here. Tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind the foods that you guys serve here.
So we're definitely a Pan-Asian cuisine, and Southeast Asian cuisine, which means that we're going to take all the best parts of Asia and try and bring it to Mira Mesa. And so we're looking at being like this melting pot for Chinese food, Japanese food, Taiwanese food, Sri Lankan, Filipino, Malaysian, Singaporean. There are so many different cuisines that we can mix and blend. And in India, what we do is we take all the Southeast Asian cuisines and put our own twist on it with a little bit of the Indian spice and flavors. So that's the inspiration for the food, and it's shared across all the different franchises. So there are 26 Inchin bamboo in the US. There are about a couple in UK and a couple that are going to start up in Australia as well. So the chain is trying to go global, but also trying to keep it at the same time local to that particular area by letting us choose some of the dishes that our repeat guests or our social media users, followers ask us for. So we still keep it local to that geographic area, but trying to bring a lot of flavors of Southeast Asia into our, into all our restaurants.
Right, and it's great that you're here in Mira Mesa, and one of the things that we also like to partake in is when you have a great meal, we also like to have a great cocktail behind that. So we've met a few of your great bartenders that you have here that actually made us a drink that is a little bit off menu, but tell us about the types of drinks you guys serve here. It's not just your typical cocktail. So what's the inspiration behind the drinks you guys make?
So craft cocktail is a movement I think that started about a decade ago, and it started in different parts of the country, mainly New York, Chicago, the big cities. But there was this I think back in the day, there were mom and pop craft cocktail supplier called 1821 in Atlanta. So our inspiration is from the South, of course, and they have the best shrubs, bitters, tonics, syrups. So again, Inchins with the 1821 in Atlanta came up with a whole, we had about 30 to 40 to begin with craft cocktails, and we worked with their mixologists. We worked with a couple of bars in Atlanta as well to figure out what would work best for Asian cuisine, because not every cocktail goes well, even though a lot of people say you can mix cocktails with anything, but they were trying to make it more geared towards the food that we have on our menu, as well as seasonal flavors as well, which is why we're launching a new cocktail menu next week for spring, which is different than our winter cocktails, which tend to be a little bit heavier, warmer, and the spring ones are a bit more refreshing, and they're light and they're easy on the palate, so it can be dangerous as well because you can have definitely more than one or two or perhaps five.
Wow. Yeah. I love that you put so much thought into the cocktails that you make. And speaking of cocktails, which is one of my favorite spots to hang out at, why don't you show us some of the drinks that you guys serve here?
Sure. So the Hazy Temple is one of our more popular drinks. The base spirit is Nika coffee whiskey. So this is a specialized whiskey from Nika, which is one of the oldest distilleries in Japan. So it has a very refreshing taste, but it also has the coffee profile to it because it's been aged in coffee barrels. So Sammy here, our bartender, is for shaking up all the drinks. She's added all the different ingredients that goes into this lovely crafted cocktail. And once she's done with adding all of it and shaking all of the ingredients, she's now going to pour this into our little teapot, and we're going to smoke the drink. So you can see a craft cocktail does take quite a bit of patience and skill from a bartender. It's I would say it's not as easy as making one of the traditional cocktails such as a margarita or a martini. It just takes a little bit more time to make it because of the number of ingredients and the artwork that goes into making it. And so you can see that it starts smoking, so the hickory gives that beautiful bourbon sort of flavor to the cocktail. And then you're drinking from a teapot. So you could still think it's healthy, but it's alcoholic healthy with whiskey in it.
Hey guys, it's Kevin and Mary again. We want to thank you guys for hanging out with us at Inchins in Mira Mesa Mall, one of the places that we love dearly.
Yes, and stay tuned for the next episode of Hancock Hangouts.
Hey guys, it's Kevin again. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you have any real estate needs or questions, give me a call.